in advancing its not so-called, but its Christian tenets, at least from its inception, would be power number one, republicanism, a government of the people, by the people, and for the people. And Protestantism, say that word with me. Protestantism, simply meaning that it would advance that we should be able to worship the Lord our God according to the dictates of our conscience. Moreover, they would protest against any power that would seek to oppress the consciences of men, specifically speaking, the Roman Catholic Church. Protestants protested against the Roman power. Are you following, friends? But ultimately, this nation, which is none other than the United States of America, it would be removed from these Christian tenets. It would back away from its government. It would begin to have mercy, Lord. It would begin to make changes in its constitution. It would give up its protest. It would start putting prominent Catholics in its Supreme Court. It would start putting prominent Catholics in all types of influential positions. Matter of fact, it would bring the very figurehead of the Catholic Church, the head of the church, the Pope, to stand in the very Capitol building to address the representatives of this nation. The Word of God says, but one day this nation will turn its back on the Lamb, who is Jesus, whom is the truth, and begin to speak like the dragon. That means there has to be a change in our core values. Remember, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaketh. Friends, if one steps away from the truth into error, there's a word for that: apostasy. And that is where we get that the false prophet is apostate Protestantism. Are you following with me? And the Word of God tells us that as this apostasy takes place, look at verse 12. It says that this nation, our nation, the United States of America, it says that he will exercise all the power of the first beast before him, which was the Roman Catholic Church, letting us know that it would unite the powers of church and state into one. And it will cause the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. Friends, this can only be accomplished when this nation unites the powers of church and state, and under the influence of the church guiding the direction of the state, there will be an enforcing of Sunday worship.